I packed a lot of things that were completely useless, that I did not have to carry all that luggage, especially with a child. It was, I was just, I don't know. Hello there, it's Priscilla here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much. I want to express my thanks to my old and my new subscribers. Thank you for the comments, for the likes, for the share on my last videos. The support was overwhelming, and I just want to say thank you so much. Murakoze, asanteni, asanteni sana. So let's dive into today's video. Yeah, before we begin, I just want to mention that my son is somewhere behind me, so you might see him, you might hear him in the video. Just forgive me. This is the second time I'm filming this video. The first one I did, he was making a lot of noise in the video and I just couldn't concentrate. There you go. Yeah, so let's get started. Coming to study in Canada as an international student is not an easy decision. More so when you have a decision to make whether to come or not with your child. So today I'm going to speak about the advantages, the disadvantages, and the process of coming to Canada to study with your children. Let's start with the advantages. So for me, having my son with me has been a huge support for me. He is my support system. He is my motivation. You know, the truth is, it is hard. It is hard to move to a new place. It is hard. The work here, the things, it's not like just a bed of roses. The journey itself is hard, but I've found that it makes it a bit easier for me having him here, because after a long day I have someone I go home to. And also, as an international student, most of them go through a depressional season because of being away from home, you're homesick and all that. Having your family, having your child with you really helps with that depressional phase that everyone goes through. So yeah, for me that has been a huge thing. And also just seeing the way he is enjoying his life, the way he is growing and having to enjoy all these things together with him is such a motivation for me. So that is benefit number one. Benefit number two is the education that he's getting. In Canada, the education is good. We are not gonna debate that. That is why we are coming here to study. So also for the kids, the education is really good. Education is free from 5 years. That means we will be able to save for his college. We'll be able to save a lot of money in the process, and he will be getting a good education. So that was one of the things that we considered when we were thinking of coming here with him or not. Another advantage, depending on which state you go to, is the community. Really, for me, I have had people that have been a great support. Prince Edward Island is a small place. It's a good place to raise your children because it's like a community and everyone is so loving and so generous. So that has been really a plus for me. Even though I am alone, I have not felt like I'm raising my son alone. There are so many people that come through and they help me whenever I need help. So that is a good thing to have. Another thing is the child benefit that they get. But I want to mention that you don't get child benefit until your child has been here for 19 months. It depends. I think in other provinces it's a bit earlier, but where I am in Prince Edward Island, the child has to be in that place for 19 months for you to get the child benefit. So that's another good thing. Another advantage is the cultural exposure and the free resources that you can get. So when we first moved here, he was completely French, but now it's been 5 months and he speaks good English, and it's all because of the free library resource. I know there's so many libraries everywhere, but in particular here, the libraries are just not books They have sessions for kids. They have places for kids where we go. They have like educational things they teach them there once a week. And they have books you can borrow. They have instruments you can borrow. They have so many educational toys that they play with. So it's a fun place to bring your child. There's so many parks that we go and we just make friends. There's a lot of places that he likes going and having fun, and I just love that for him. So let's get into the disadvantages. Wow. Disadvantage number one you will face when you come with your children, regardless of their age, is housing. In Canada in general, there is a housing crisis. So when you come with your children, it gets even worse. As international students, most of them, they rent houses. They just rent rooms in someone's basement or just one bedroom in someone's house. But when you come in with your kids, it is almost impossible for you to get a place. So that is disadvantage number one. It will take you a lot of time before you get one. So my tip for this is get into looking for a house once you know exactly where you're going. Another disadvantage number two is childcare. If you come here with your child who is below 5 years, you will have a problem of childcare, because if you're going to school, you cannot leave your child alone at home. You need to get a daycare, and daycare here is a process. You have to register in the registry. My advice is as soon as you know you're coming, start searching. Even if it's for 1 year, you know the province, you go to the daycare registry of your province, you register your child there, and you wait, because people here, they even register their children when they're still pregnant in order for them to get a daycare. So you want to do that way before. If your children are 5 years and above, it is easy for you. There are so many public schools, and you just come, you enroll them in the public schools, and there are buses that come to pick them every morning and drop them. So that is easy when your children is 5 years and above. If they are below, you need to consider childcare. Right now, the childcare has become $10 a day for all registered daycares. So if you manage to secure a registered daycare, it will be $10, but it is not easy. $10 a day. But if you don't, then there's a price. All the daycares, they have their different prices depending. It ranges from 30 something to $40 per day. So it is not an easy thing. You have to consider that. Yes. So as you come here, another thing to consider is your health. If you are a person who gets sick often and you require to see the doctor, you or your child, you would require to see a doctor often, I don't think it's a good place for you, because healthcare in this place, yes, it's free when you have insurance, but it is not easy. First of all, for you to see a doctor, you need to have your family doctor, and it's a huge wait list again. And if you're an international student, of course, your school has an insurance that covers you, but I don't think it covers your children. At least for mine, it doesn't cover my son. If I want to have him insured, I have to pay extra, which I haven't. But thank God, me and my son, we don't even get sick. So that has not been an issue for us. But if you're someone who would require to see a doctor often, that will be a struggle. There's emergencies, but also when you go there, it's on a, what is it called? Like severity. Like if your sickness is severe, they will see you. If it's not severe, they're not gonna see you. You might spend there the entire day, go and come back tomorrow. I mean, it's not something you want to do. So that's another disadvantage. And for instance, in Feb, I wanted to see the nurse just because I had an insurance, I was like, I will go see the nurse. And it was nothing serious, but if I'm paying for it, trust you me, I will use that service. So I was like, I'm gonna book for going to see a nurse on Thursday. It was on Monday, and they get back to me, they tell me, oh, you can only book for April. Yeah, that they are full. So you can imagine, if you're even insured and everything, like even to see your school nurse, it's a hassle. So if I was sick, I actually was like, what if I was sick, what if I really needed to see the doctor? But there's nothing you can do about it. So a tip for this: when coming, you buy antibiotics, painkillers, those over the counter medicines that you need. That way, like, because when you get here, you will get a cold, you will have a headache, or those small things that you can just take painkillers for. That will be helpful. So for the process, for most part, you will not get an interview for your visa. So you need to submit lots of documents. In your documents, you need your proof of fund. As I had mentioned, you need a study plan, which is the essay that I'm talking about. And that essay needs to explain why you want to go to Canada, why you're investing a lot of money to go there, and what is your future plan. Remember, they want to believe that you're going back to your country once you finish to study. So make sure your family ties are strong. If you're coming with your entire family, you have maybe land, you have a job offer, you just have to show things that will convince them that after your studies you're going back. Yeah, so there is that. And if you're coming with your children, you need your spouse to write a letter and have it notarized. Most of these things you have to have them notarized, not just you saying, oh, this and this. You have to have it notarized, both of you signing that he's giving you permission to go with a child, and it is notarized. If you're having a sponsor, you have to have them write a letter and have it also notarized. So it's a lot of documents that you need to gather in order for your visa application to have a good chance, and for it not to wait, because they will not call you asking for a document if you think there's a document that will help explain better. For instance, if you've mentioned someone, your sponsor, your family ties, or anything, it's good to put in pictures, it's good to add in letters, it's good to show your pay slip. If you're showing your bank statement, it's good to show, like, anything that you think will support your application. Make sure you put it in with your documents and arrange it in a way that they can see it. This is where having an agent comes in handy, because you don't have to do all that work. You just have to send them the papers and they do the application for you. So yeah, that's what I did. So after you've put in your application comes the long wait or the short wait. By God's grace, if your documents are in place, you will get your visa and you start preparing for the journey. In the next video, I will talk about I'm laughing already because I packed a lot of things that were completely useless, that I did not have to carry all that luggage, especially with a child. I don't know. I will talk about it in another video, okay? So see you in my next video, and remember, this is not me telling anyone what to do. This is just what worked for me, and I'm just sharing my experience, and hopefully it helps someone make their decision or bring more clarity. And as I said last time, this is especially for people who want to come to Prince Edward Island. If you're going to a different province, I'd advise you look for videos that are done by people who live in that province that you want to go, because it is not the same. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Like, share and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.